All right. Good evening, everybody. How you guys doing from Super? We just had Super Bowl week, the 49ers and the Eagles game. I know a lot of football fans saying, "Oh, we missed football," but hold on. We got the XFL League coming up this Saturday, starting this Saturday. Two games on Saturday, two games on Sunday. One game on ABC Saturday, one game on FX. One game on ESPN, one game on FX. So, anywho, I'm your favorite host tonight, Rashawn757. Holding it down for the people watching the show. I appreciate you guys watching the show, liking, subscribing. Um, I know you guys wondering how come we got two screens so far. 5 Josh is taking care of some business right now. Shout out to 5 Josh. Hopefully he be back on the show soon. Hopefully, he's okay though. He's okay though. He's just taking some time off from the show to worry about college and stuff like that. So we understand. My left hand brother from another mother went back from fifth grade to now. Mr. Ronald 757, aka Mr. Colts slash Cavalier. Mr. Ronald 757, how you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic.
Oh,
Glad to
good,
be
good.
here today.
I know you guys trying to figure out how come I'm holding the microphone, but this, it's something new, something new. But anywho, let's get into the Super Bowl recap, bro. The
Still,
Chiefs and the Eagles. Let me say one more thing for the Eagles fans, okay? The city of Philadelphia, okay? You guys are crazy, okay? That's all I gotta say. You guys are crazy.
before we talk about the game, because this happened pre-game, did you see the Eagles fans boo Dak Prescott?
That was hilarious. That was hilarious. You know why, right?
It was
It's like
hilarious.
that joke was so hilarious. I was like, oh my gosh.
No.
Anywho, I got another guest. Down in the Miami, Mr. 305, my Miami Hurricane, my Florida brother from another mother from the Himalayas, Mr. AKA Mr. Miami Hurricane slash Miami 305, Mr. Ivy joined the show, man.
How are you
Mr.
guys, man?
Ivy, how you doing, man? Last time we talked about the hurricane section going on. Before we get into hurricane news, the Super Bowl, man.
What a fun game. Way better than the last couple Super Bowls. What a fun
Exactly. That's
game. It kind of sucks. I think the play I think it was holding, but it sucks that they didn't call it.
oh no.
But it was a
He
good
back.
game, and kind of Jalen Hurts played good. One little mistake cost it though, because that mistake counts for like three, because it was a turnover, and then he ran it back for six. I think that killed the momentum too a little bit. Then that gave Kansas City a lot of momentum, um, which changed the game
Cause
really. But I enjoyed it.
I ain't gonna lie to you, the Eagles fans, they was pissed that they lost. I mean, I'm talking about the city of Philly. It was like they was so. Let me stress about. They was so angry. I'm like, bro, you see, this is the problem I got with Eagles fans. When they beat my Patriots in 2017, 2018 postseason, a year ago when we beat the Rams in Super Bowl, they kept saying Super Bowl champs,
Yeah.
and I was like, y'all need to let that go. Y'all not. I told them get 6 rings and then come talk to me.
You lost. You lost to Nick Foles. You lost to a backup quarterback.
I know we did.
Come
Shoot,
on.
I shoot,
It did.
but Jalen Hurts, he did. Both quarterbacks did ball out. I gotta say something myself. Both quarterbacks did ball out though.
They sure did. Um, Philly fans are great. They support all the teams, but to lose a game like that, and listen, they played great. They
Yeah, they
played,
did.
but that play really killed it.
Mm-hmm.
Changed everything. But they looked a little flat in the second half. But they still fought. They fought back. But I think they got a young team. They that
Blacked out again. He's saying they got it. Well, for the viewers watching, he's saying they got a young team. So get back what you're saying, Ivy.
yeah, I keep getting calls up. They got a young team with a good receiving core and a great
Okay.
offensive line.
Hmm.
So honestly, I in their division, they should be back, barring any injury. They look good. Um, hopefully my Dolphins get a good quarterback, and we
Yeah.
can be there one day. Tua's
So
not it
so
for
y'all
me.
so y'all out on two already? It's only
I've
See,
never been
see,
a Tua
on,
guy.
see, on. Like, if you listen to Ivy, he lived out in Miami. He heard the news in Miami, even in the Florida area. So he can tell me and you can he can tell you more Miami stuff
no.
that we can know.
No, I agree with Tua. I agree. I think need a better quarterback. Tua can't stay healthy. He just
Two, he
can't stay
can't finish
healthy.
a full season.
No, he can't. And listen, he was doing great this year,
Hmm.
but you got two Hall of Famers at wide receiver, or
Hmm.
Hmm.
two All Pros, and he can't stay healthy, and big games, he's just not it. He's not the
Okay.
answer. Um, so you can only go so far, and I told you it was only a matter of time before he gets exposed. He can't throw. How many throws did you see Tyreek Hill have to backpedal, and he had the guy burned for 20 yards? With any decent quarterback, it would have been a touchdown.
Yeah.
That's points off the board, and it happened a lot. You don't notice it when you win, but when you start losing, you notice these type of things.
Okay.
So they need something, you know.
Because I think with Miami, I think they need to get a quarterback bad. Because Tua, I don't think he the guy for the Dolphins.
I don't think he's a
It's
guy
just
for anybody.
quarterback.
I think two will be out of the. If the Dolphins get rid of him, he'll be out of the league in 2 years. He's
Oh
just,
yeah.
he's not even a good backup. But
No.
you got a top five pick invested in him. you gotta, gotta, you gotta deal with it because that's a big investment when you're picking him top five. You know? So a
Because
lot of people passed on Patrick Mahomes. Look at them now. A lot of people passed up on Justin Herbert. Just like the Jets quarterback, he's terrible. Now they
yep.
might need to go. That's when
I
you're
heard
picking top five.
I heard the Jets might get Aaron Rodgers.
They gonna try. They gonna try. But I see him staying in the West Coast. I would love for
Yeah.
him to come to Miami, but he's a Cali guy. Them guys are just different. They're different breed.
Uh,
Yeah, because
Aaron Rodgers in Miami.
Aaron Rodgers, the
Hey,
Dolphins, and warm weather.
he got
Well,
the weapons for him. He got the
don't
weapons.
forget. I forgot the Packers did beat the Dolphins on Christmas Day in the cold though in Miami.
I was at
Hey,
that game. I was at that game.
was it frigid in that stadium?
I don't know what was up with the weather that day, but it was in the 30s that day.
You guys got some odd weather. I'm telling you, you guys got some odd weather.
I was at that game. It was freezing.
I seen like people wearing shorts with a hoodie on. I'm like, yo,
Yeah, I had shorts. You're right, with a big old jacket because it was cold. And I was right there, probably 15 yards from the two picks, two or through. The whole stadium couldn't believe it. We were in shock.
that was a
So,
packed house for a game
yeah,
on Christmas.
it was Christmas Day. It was packed, and okay, you throw a pick, whatever, but those picks were just mind-boggling, man. Like,
And it was on Fox too. I was shocked Fox had I was shocked Fox had that 1 o'clock game because they had 3 games on that Sunday.
yeah, that was yeah, and supposedly he got another concussion. Who knows now? Point blank, we're wasting talent. Tyreek
Yeah,
Hill
we are.
You
I
know,
agree.
it's just wasting super talent. That's how it's gonna go. And I think honestly, Kansas City winning was a little bit of a slap in the face in Tariq Hill. You know why?
Why?
Because it showed they could get rid of him, and they won the Super Bowl again.
Yeah, it still remind me of that
True.
Super Bowl that the 49ers won in the 90s, and when the 49ers didn't give Dion a full contract to stay in San Francisco, the Cowboys picked him up. They picked him up for like a full. The Cowboys picked him up like a full contract extension, and then that same year they won Super Bowl that same year.
Yeah, it kind of rubbed a little bit on Tariq Hill because they got rid of him, and they won the Super Bowl without him.
Hmm.
But you should be used to that because that's Patriots 101.
Yeah, that's true.
All big free agents leave, and most of them don't do good in the teams that they go to, but they get paid.
It's just like when we traded when we released Brandon Cooks
Yeah,
2018 season, and we got Julian Edelman back, but he would serve suspension, and when we lost to Detroit and Jacksonville, and then we got Julian Edelman back, that's when the Patriots actually got better once he got back.
yeah,
Him, Gronk, Sony Michelle. I was like, yo, and then Lord behold, we played John in Hard Rock Stadium. That that lateral, I was like, yo.
Yeah, y'all always lose to
yeah.
Miami.
But this past season, I was shocked we actually beat the Dolphins in New England because I wasn't expecting that. I
Look
wasn't
who they were
expect.
playing with. They weren't playing. They weren't playing with Tua.
I was because at first you know how we all like I was telling every time when the Patriots play the Dolphins in Miami or they got to come to New England, the Patriots always come up short in New England every time when the Dolphins come to when they come to town. And I was like, we might win this game, we might not. I don't know because I know how the Dolphins are. They always find a way to beat the Patriots in Miami
That's
or
our
New
Super
England.
Bowl.
Yeah,
Beating the Patriots in Miami. That's our Super Bowl. You know, that's our Super Bowl. Can't the Jets too, but Jets suck. But beating the Patriots in Miami,
that is your Super Bowl though.
yeah.
But what you guys think about the NBA trade deadline with the because I know me and I we both at the Miami Heat, so I don't know what the Miami Heat were doing.
Same thing. Pat Riley was doing nothing. But, I already talked to you about it. I think Pat Riley's done ever since LeBron left. He ain't the goat. He needs to go.
I
He.
agree. Cause
Because
I'll be
Pat
honest with
Riley,
y'all, y'all
he
was
hasn't
supposed
made
to
no.
move. Y'all was supposed to move Kyle Lowry. What happened?
Yeah, we supposed to move. We were talking about
Kyle
moving
Lowry
him.
is slim fast. He's drinking too much. You seen him? Have you seen Kyle Lowry?
Yes.
I seen him
Let me ask you something. Now I want
I
you to
call
ask
him
all
Big
your
Booty
viewers.
Lowry for a reason.
Who gives a backup player a max contract?
Exactly.
Who
I
gives
mean,
Exactly.
hey,
Tyler Hero got 200 plus million dollars?
Exactly. Exactly.
You
Not
kidding
not
me?
doing nothing for the team.
because it was like because I was like because honestly, if Pat Riley was real smart, he would have got Jay Crowder back right now. We probably would have had Jay Crowder
Jay
back.
Crowder couldn't save y'all. Jay Crowder can't save y'all this season. This season's
Yeah, that's
lost.
true.
It's a lost season.
Yeah.
The best y'all can
He
do
ain't
to
going
make the
nowhere. They're
playoff
one and done. They'll lose in the
first
first
round.
round.
First
They might
yeah,
make the
first round.
second round. They're not making past the second round.
Nah.
You got to be honest with yourself. You know.
Because even Cleveland, look at Cleveland rosters for example. Cleveland got better
Okay, but with the
when
Cleveland got who Pat Riley didn't want to get because he didn't want to give up players like Tyler
a
Hero.
draft pick. He didn't want to give a draft pick up either.
He's done, man.
Y'all can
I
really
love
use
him,
Donovan Mitchell.
but he's done. We need new blood in there.
Because Alonzo Mourning, I don't. Because you think he out the door too?
Alonzo, man, Alonzo, they need to get a GM. I never been a fan of Spoelstra. Uh, I still blame him to this day. Losing to Dallas, he got out coach.
Yeah, he did.
So, and honestly, LeBron acts the whole thing trickled with This is how the door got open for LeBron to leave. He wanted Spoelstra out. Riley said no.
Oh,
So that
you tell. I remember that.
that opened
That's
the
how he ended
door.
back in Cleveland.
Yeah, he we had just beat the Thunder, that Kevin Durant, Westbrook, Harden team when they were super young. We should have never lost to Dallas. We were up
Mhm.
2 games. We were
That
up
Dallas
20 points.
series, I ain't
That
gonna
was the
lie to you,
first
Ivy.
one.
That Dallas series, we should have won that whole series.
Should have been a
But
sweep.
the embarrassing part is when we lost to when Dallas beat Miami in the American Airlines Arena that last game when LeBron walked off crying.
The
You
embarrassing
know it's
part.
bad. You know it's bad when Jason Terry is the best
Oh
player in
my,
the series. You
yes,
know it's
yes.
bad.
Now listen, and I think he got out coached, but I think Dwayne Wade needs to. Dwayne Wade never took responsibility. I don't know how back you guys go with sports when he got destroyed by J.J. Barea, a
Mhm.
5'8" point guard
Mhm.
from
Yep,
Puerto Rico.
yep.
Mhm.
He
J
couldn't stop him.
JJ had a great series again.
Yes, he did.
That
I,
was his best showing.
I was, and no, don't get me wrong. Dirk played amazing, but Dirk is Dirk. He's a Hall of Famer.
Mhm.
Who the hell is J.J. Barea? Now,
Exactly.
there's another, and Dwayne Wade got killed too. Who's that little guy that played for the Pistons? No, for the Spurs. When they beat the Heat, and he kept making all those points. Not Tony
You
Parker, the
talking
other
about? I know who you talking about.
little guy, light skin. Forgot his name.
Danny Green.
Nah, no,
Now he's talking
Okay,
about.
I don't know who it. I forgot his name, but he destroyed Wade too.
this must be in 2014 series.
Yeah, when they lost San Antonio, they beat San Antonio one year, then they lost San Antonio the following year, and then
They
LeBron
were
left.
tr- they gonna try to make an excuse that the San Antonio Spurs air conditioning went out. They did that joint on purpose. They did that on purpose
He's
because
talking
they
about.
didn't
He was talking
they
about
didn't
Patty Mills.
Pat,
yeah.
yeah.
Hey
You remember
Ivy,
that series?
yeah, because
Yeah,
they didn't want to see they did that on purpose.
yeah, Ricky. I think.
I think they did it on purpose because they didn't want to see Miami go for a three-peat that year. San Antonio didn't want to see them go for a three-peat. They did it. They did that joint on purpose.
And he should have won that series too.
Yeah, they should have.
Against the Spurs.
They
Because I was like, because they were saying they would have won that series, they would have had 3 feet, and LeBron would have stayed in
Well,
Miami.
another thing why they could never really build that dynasty was they never had a true center. They
That's
had
true.
Bosh playing center, and that if they had a true center or an average center, that would open the lanes for LeBron and Wade to be really unstoppable. But they never had a true
Agree.
center, so they're
Nah,
always weak at that point, you know.
Agree.
But
Trotting out Chris Bosh and Greg Oden.
Greg
see,
Oden,
Eric Dampier.
see,
Bro,
Birdman, remember Birdman?
when they got Greg
Chris
Oden, I was like,
Anderson. Yeah.
when they got Greg Oden, that didn't sound like a combination, like a marriage or something like that, bro.
You're rolling out old centers. Yeah, I agree with that. Chris Bosh declined slowly. So, yeah.
Yeah.
LeBron said, "I'm out of here. I'm going to Cleveland. I'm out of here."
He didn't want Spoelstra. He wanted him gone.
Spoelstra,
And
he just
Spoelstra was average, too. He
I
was
think
average.
Spoelstra he got exposed in 2014 series in game one. I think he got exposed when the Spurs kept running that passing game the entire time, and that's when that ran the whole Miami Heat defense out the arena.
I went to game 7 when they won. And the most boring but best player I ever seen in basketball is Tim Duncan. He's
Mhm.
very laid back, very boring, but man, he has these. I don't know. He just man, it's hard to stop him.
Mhm.
Right.
But great player, man. I've been watching him since Wake Forest.
Mm,
Uh,
you go way back.
I go way back. I'm gonna tell you something way back when I live in Orlando, but I grew up in Miami.
Uh
When I got to Orlando, and you guys could check this
Ouch.
online.
Mm-hmm.
They had got Grant Hill, right?
Oh yeah, they did get Grant Hill. Yeah.
No, but they got Tracy McGrady too.
Mm-hmm.
Guess who was gonna sign with the Magic, and
So,
already bought a house? Tim Duncan.
oh,
Tim Duncan was gonna sign with the Magic, but his wife at the time asked Doc Rivers if she could travel on the team plane. He said no.
mm,
So that kind of pissed her off, and then they went and back talked to the Spurs, and he became, that legend with San Antonio. But do you imagine for 1 second that team with
Team would
McGrady,
stink,
Hill, and Tim Duncan?
oh man, you talking about like a dynasty team right there.
especially if Grant Hill didn't get hurt.
Grant
Yes,
Hill would have not got
yes,
hurt,
Yeah, yeah.
and all of them
Oh
in
my
their good
gosh.
prime, man.
Oh my.
That's
because
one thing.
this remind me that Rams team in like '99 when they won that Super Bowl with Kurt Warner and it
Yeah, you
and
gotta.
it, yeah. If Dick Vermeil never would have resigned as head coach in 2000, they would have won back-to-back championships. And
That was
then
the.
and then and then here's the funny thing about it, right? And then when he came back from his 1 year retirement, he ended up being the coach for the Kansas City Chiefs, and he ended up bringing Trent Green with him. And Trent Green would have been a starting quarterback for the Rams, and he would never would have got hurt that
He got hurt
'99.
celebrating a touchdown. I think what he smacked. No, no, he did that in Washington, but he got hurt. But that happens. And look, and now Kurt Warner is a Hall of Famer.
And Trent Green, well, he did get Super Bowl ring that year, and then until they traded him to the Chiefs, and then Dick Vermeil became the head coach. And I was like, they ain't beating the Patriots in the AFC.
Well,
Chief.
that's when Tom Brady made his mark
Yeah,
because they were heavy underdogs, and then they beat the Rams. Shoo.
I was shocked. Hey, I was shocked. Actually, my Patriots beat the greatest show on turf because
Yeah.
if Dick Vermeil was a head coach, we would have beat the Rams. We did lose the Rams in that regular season game in 2001.
No. Did you guys see yesterday about how terrible that field was at the Super
It
Bowl?
it is. I heard that's terrible. I heard because that Arizona grass, they grow that during the summer and during the off season. They push that grass out in the sun, and then the grow they push it back in. They need to put artificial turf on that
What I
field.
don't get is why would you put that like the first time or use some test grass at a Super Bowl game? Doing a
It,
preseason game or some shit.
I
it's
agree.
You
just
know,
like Hard Rock Stadium. That's grass. That's natural grass.
we got professionals growing that grass, for years now. We're not trying no magical stuff in the
They
biggest
need
game of the year,
the Cardinals. They need Arizona like the State Farm Stadium where the Cardinals play. And they need to go. They need to go to turf, artificial turf, because that grass they grow in the summertime, it's terrible.
Well, no wonder why the Cardinals are struggling because they can't.
Exactly.
They don't have
And
any
that's my
good.
point.
They don't have good grass.
I saw that at halftime. How many times they have to change their cleats?
Yeah,
Players
it's
slipping. That
ridiculous.
don't happen
Yeah.
no more, man.
That's
And
ridiculous.
they said they spent $800,000 and you're falling.
I mean, Ivy does got a point because Ivy, you've been to Hard Rock Stadium. You seen that grass? Ain't that grass professional?
Man, I walked on it. Look at my Instagram. I had a tour, walked on the field. That felt better than the marble at my old. And that thing feels good to walk on. But it's the new things they try and mess up the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't get that. I really, really didn't get that. I think it was stupid to try
Because
something like that
because
in the
I
middle of
was
the game.
like, the Cardinals season was over with, and then you went to Super Bowl just to get that grass in growing in this out of the stadium, put in the stadium. I don't like that.
I don't think they should have Super Bowls or no events in Arizona. That brings me
No,
back
uh.
terrible memories.
That's like Miami playing Ohio State in that Fiesta Bowl
Ever
in the
since
old
then, I hate Arizona. I hate
in
them.
the in the old Arizona Stadium. Because I was
Same city in Tempe, same thing. Just different
yeah.
stuff. different stuff
But
there. But man, it's gonna get boring now. No football for like 6, 7 months.
we got the XFL coming Saturday,
Oh,
We got the draft coming up at least.
and then you got spring college football starting in like a month, going into next month, going to April. So we got something to look forward to.
man, if you want to get into Miami football, get into it. It's an embarrassment. Cristobal can. It's not about Cristobal hiring somebody. They don't want to play for him.
I mean, they don't want to. Even Charlie Strong, he departed from the program last week. That was kind of shocking, though.
When people start leaving, there's a reason.
Oh yeah, Kevin Steele.
People are leaving, not coming. And we need an offensive coordinator. This is getting him because listen, everybody and their mother knew that Gaddis was going to get fired since let's say November, right?
Right.
So realistically, he's been trying to get a coordinator since November. It's
Is it,
it's almost March.
I ain't know that's embarrassing for Mike. But check this out. Even me and Ivy were talking about this. What 2 weeks ago? Ivy, last time we talked, and me and Ivy was talking about what's like what's the problem with Miami Hurricanes program in general. And I was telling Ivy, how can people invest in the Miami program in all sports? Basketball doing well, baseball getting there. The football only problem is the football program. How can you say that we're on ESPN or ACC Network or even on Bally Sports every other Saturday? And who want to film empty stadium? They
Well,
not.
Miami's
How
always
They,
been
about
in,
that?
unless it's a big game. Miami's a bandwagon city. Okay,
uh
yeah. Unless it's a big game, even when they were the best 20 years ago, this was still a bandwagon city. Okay, now you want to be honest, or you want to get live. This is a bandwagon city.
I mean, hey, you telling the truth because
Yeah.
we got guys up in New York liking the Hurricanes.
Oh no, listen. When I went to the Florida State game, the guy next to me was from New York, and he
Uh huh.
said he hasn't been to. This was the worst when they got stomped on by Florida State.
The
This
homecoming,
man
right?
must have been in his 50s. He was in his 50s. His dad was in his early 80s, crying, saying how bad this team was. And I stayed to the end of the game. Not many people did. It's just it. And finally, we had a game sold out. The crowd was there. Man, that crowd left after half the first quarter. It's a bandwagon city, but
Kurt Hershey said this. Kurt Hershey did say when when
they call
it was
him
like last year during college, like year before last college game day, it was Ohio State, and
Kirk
he said
Herbstreit called them out. He called them out on their crap.
with the Orange Bowl being actually I could probably play that clip for y'all too, right quick.
Yeah, but thank God we have John Ruiz because he's throwing money out there. But I'm gonna say this now. The only reason Mark Cristobal is here is because of John Ruiz.
Yeah,
But he's not that good of a coach.
and he's a run game coordinator. That's how he was at Oregon
And
when he went Willie.
I was telling people this. I said, listen, Saban used him as a guinea pig. He was the offensive line coach, but he was the co-offensive line coach. So he just used him for recruiting.
Hey, listen to this clip for a second. I want you guys' opinion on this. I think I got the same hat you got. Mine got a bandana on the bottom of the brim.
Te va a mandar el dinero. Call the Uber from your phone.
have all the same, they're
It's
aligned
just not
in their
working.
vision for what needs to happen, recruiting, budget, staff, whatever it means, that's what it takes. Miami doesn't have that. So I don't think it matters who the head coach is until you get a president and an AD and a coach together on the same page. Yep. I guess football doesn't matter. It matters to the alums, to the brotherhood, and to you. Right. But I don't know if it matters to the people making decisions with Miami. And if they don't change that, it doesn't matter who's the head coach is.
It seems like that's the issue with two of the biggest, strongest programs, the biggest programs in college football in the state of Florida, because you look at Florida State, and they're struggling too. And when I look at both programs, I think that they have talent. You know, they have good recruiting classes.
See, what he just said, Owen and Ivy, if Ivy's still on the air.
I'm here.
Okay, so they don't, they got recruiting, but it's not the same that like it was in the 80s, 90s, 2000, you know. But Ivy, you can relate to this. You a Florida guy. You can relate to this. Has it been worse since this time, ever since Chris Ball been at Miami?
Yes. I can't. Yeah. I told you before it's going. I told you you're gonna win like at least 5 games last season. I told you that either 5 or less.
But a lot of fans too, you know, are delusional because they're like, "Oh, he inherited a bad team." We were not, we were. He didn't inherit a bad team. We were ranked top 20 last, like 21st. We were
Cause
picked to win the ACC. He laid
but
an egg. He didn't even make a bowl game.
Over
but check this
Clemson.
out.
Over
But
like.
check this out, Ivy.
Yeah, you guys are
Cristobal,
delusional. You guys are
Chris
delusional.
Mario Cristobal is a run game coordinator. He's not a head coach.
Rashawn,
I,
you're not gonna say that because you were excited when Mario Cristobal got hired. You were
fam,
excited. He's the reason why you're wearing that O on your on your body right
What
now.
did I
He's
tell
the
you when I
reason.
met you? I told you I want to wish him the best. I want him to succeed 100%. We should have offered the job to Lane Kiffin.
Exactly.
Lane Kiffin, he should have been because it was between him and Scott Frost, but Lane Kiffin, I forgot he did recruit that Florida area, Florida Atlantic 2 years ago.
No, but Lane Kiffin is a hell of a coach. That man can call offense,
Yeah, he can.
and they had offered the job. Lane Kiffin was about to take it, but then they gave it a crystal ball. Don't get me wrong. I love it. He played at Miami, won championships and all that. We tried that already.
Yeah, we
Listen,
did.
I hope I eat my words, but I like Crystal Ball. He can recruit. If I had a billionaire buddy, I can recruit too. But X's and O's, if he don't hire a good offensive coordinator,
He in trouble.
yeah, I put a post on a blog, the biggest hurricane post, and I said, "What's gonna happen if he goes 7-6 next year, 6-7?"
He gonna be on the hot seat like Al Golden. Well, Al Golden.
Exactly.
The thing about Al Golden, I'm glad we're talking about this topic,
Win.
Ivy and Owen. Thing with Al Golden, we lost to Clemson 2015, and a lot of guys on Twitter like Michael Irvin, Warren Sapp, actually like the OU, like John Devillman, they said they need to go ahead and fire that coach.
Yeah, well, they're gonna say the same thing about Mario if he loses 5-6 games next year.
Yep.
Exactly. And the next coach after that too.
Yeah,
It's
there's
just
no
gonna be a
one.
cycle.
The
It's,
problem is not all, but I would still say more than 65% of the good players in South Florida are not staying home.
they going to they going to
But you
be,
got to take it like this. Look, put yourself. I don't know if you have kids or not, but your son is getting recruited. He's a
mm-hmm.
wide receiver. Ohio State just sent 7 wide receivers within the last 6 years, first rounders. I can't remember the
Mm-hmm.
last time Miami. Okay, the last 20 years they had 1 wide receiver taken in the first round, and that's Philip Dorsett by the Patriots.
Yeah.
Uh okay, NIL is nice and all. You know, they get their 50,000 a year. The NFL's giving away 40, $50 million.
Yeah.
So it's hard to beat that. Listen, man, you come here. I just made this guy a multimillionaire. That's hard. And until
Yeah,
they
it
don't
is
start
hard.
putting people in the league, top round, it's gonna be hard to beat that.
Because the last first round pick Miami had was at 2021 when they had Greg Rushier and
Yeah, that's it.
Jalen Phillips. That was it.
Do how many first rounders Miami's had after 2014? I think
Cool.
six, seven.
Six
That's
or
what Bama
seven.
had last year.
So that's a good point. That's
You
a
know,
really
and
good
and
point.
and and people go to these houses and tell them.
Yeah.
They're like, listen, Mario Cristobal can't call a play to save his life.
I mean, it's the truth because when he was at, well, I never get when he took the job at Oregon as a run game coordinator.
All right.
When Willie Taggart was the head coach of Oregon his first year, and then Willie Taggart took the job at Florida State. I was like, who gonna be the head coach of Oregon? And then the Oregon players signed a petition to have him be the next head coach. And the only reason to take the job when he beat Ohio State at our conference game in 2021.
Okay, but that
He,
was the worst Ohio State team in 15 years.
that is true though.
I, let me ask you something. Did Mario Cristobal ever make the playoffs with Oregon?
No, never.
No, no,
He won. So he won a Rose Bowl. That's not a playoff though.
no. It's a bowl game. Like it's a measly bowl game.
Bowl game is nice, but I want to hear about playoffs.
Like
Exactly.
he
See, I
only
like this
time
dude. I like this dude.
hey
You need to
only
bring
time you
him on
see
more often.
yeah only time you see Chris Ball in the playoff when he was at Alabama as an offensive line coach. That was it. I think he got two national championships with Alabama as an offensive line coach. Because I'm like, you can't even send the Oregon to the playoff.
Man.
Well,
Because that's
what are we gonna do? We gotta wish him the best.
yeah, that's true.
That's
Because
all they- If we don't got an offensive coordinator by next Monday, I'm done with him.
I mean, I'm hearing they tell him Chris might talk to the offensive coordinator from Houston, University of Houston, but you doing all these interviewing and you can't make a decision for the springtime. Something's really wrong with you.
How many interviews do you need to do? Hey, how many interviews did Saban did?
I mean, hey, that is true. He hired Tommy Reese out the blue from Notre Dame.
But it's just not about Tommy Reese.
Yeah, that's true.
Tommy Reese played at Notre Dame and he left Notre Dame. You know how much that takes? That's like getting Mario Cristobal to leave and go to Florida State.
Oh gosh. I mean, hey, Ivy does got a point because some of these head coaches in Miami, they end up probably staying or they going. Like Charlie Strong, gone. Kevin Steele, Alabama.
I don't
Josh
get that by
Gaddis.
Saban. I don't get that move by Saban because, man, that defense did not look good. I don't know about that one.
You lose it.
Bringing in Kevin Steele, I think he's a little bit past his time. You know, he should be in the country club, but I don't know. I don't know about that because he looks so bad. Am I right or wrong? Kevin Steele's defense looked bad.
It's terrible. When they played against Florida State, it was terrible.
Okay,
When they
a
played,
player gets beat, but they kept getting beat on the same stuff.
and then when they faced Texas A&M week 3, I was like, Kevin Steele. All I hear Chris Fowler was saying that the broadcast on that game. All I hear him was saying that, oh, Kevin Steele know that SEC defense. He was coaching the SEC. I'm like, that's different. That's a different day and time.
But I think that's the best game he called against Texas A&M.
Yeah.
But that's also a terrible Texas A&M team. At the time, they were ranked like what, top 10 or some shit.
Like top 9, I
Look where
think.
they finished at. You know, they're terrible. So when I saw what Middle Tennessee did to us,
Oh gosh.
man, That was terrible.
Is it cold?
Nah, that honestly that was terrible. Sad. Honestly, a little sad.
I don't,
And
you,
what what do we have right
you,
now that's not going to change that next year? Clemson's going to be a lot better next
yeah,
year.
they'll get better. I
That's
got
the
Clemson winning the ACC.
that's the worst Clemson team I've seen
Mira, me lo dejo.
ever. Bring it, bring it. That's the worst Clemson team I've seen ever. They're not going to be that bad next year.
I
Um,
got actually on. I got Clemson in the, winning the ACC, going to ACC championship game again. I got them winning it.
who?
Clemson.
Who else they got? North Carolina. That's
Las llaves.
I got
Oh
it.
yeah, I forgot. They don't have. I forgot they don't have the divisions no more in football for the ACC this year coming. I forgot about
They
that.
don't?
Yeah, so it's wide open now.
But it's not really wide open because it's only
You got it?
North Carolina.
The ACC is. That's what I'm saying. Right. We can't make a judgment now until he hires a coordinator. But if I have to pick a score right now, they're losing at least 5 games.
I say
I
7.
like this guy, man.
Oh
like
man,
I
don't hurt
say
my feelings. 7. What do
if
you
if
say?
if Cristobal gets the true offensive coordinator and the defense be a lot better or offense be a lot better, I would say probably like 7 or 8 wins, probably a bowl game. But we
hell
got to wait
no,
and see.
hell no, hell no. You said first one you said
Next
10
month,
games.
hold on.
I said 8 games.
You said 8.
Oh,
I got y'all losing
listen,
8
I'm gonna have to let
games
y'all go,
before I
but
got y'all winning 8 games. Three's the max. Three's the max to win. And I think 3 is
listen,
pushing
I'm gonna
it.
let y'all. I'm gonna have to let y'all go, but I'm gonna have to let y'all go. But if next Monday he don't have a coordinator, we're roasting his ass all night. All right.
This is why we got to have Ivy on the show permanently. Like he could he's like a comedian. He can do stand up comedy. I mean, he could tell you the truth about Florida teams. It's funny though.
Nah, but the funniest thing I seen last year was Pat Riley giving Tyler Hero $240 million.
That's
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 crazy.
crazy
That's a lot of money.
for
That
Tyler
hey,
Hero.
I don't even
that's that's like a lot of tax money for Miami Heat to pay off his contract.
I don't
That's
know,
like
man.
that's like them. That's like the Heat offering Tyler Johnson that big contract and didn't do anything.
I mean, hey, that is true though. Like you said, it is true though.
I'm gonna let y'all ride, man. But if they don't got an offensive coordinator next week, man, I don't know, man. It,
Hey, appreciate you
it,
coming on the show, Ivy.
you too, guys. We'll hit you guys up, man.
All right,
Hey, man.
all right. For the shout out to so Ivy had a good point what he said about Florida in general sports with recruiting. Some of them guys not staying in their backyard. They going to Ohio State, Bama, Georgia, on. Some of them guys going to Clemson. They going to they getting away from the Floridas.
Yeah. Heck,
Because
many of them
Cristobal
are gonna go they're probably gonna go to Florida State pretty soon.
or Alabama.
Yeah, that's
Because
bad.
how in the world Miami is? Let me see the recruiting rank for their recruiting rank because I'm like because this don't make no sense. Recruiting ranking. All right, here we go. How they rank number 7 in recruiting, and they got 15 4 stars, 2 5 stars, three stars. In Oregon, check what Oregon. Check this out. Check and see what my Oregon Ducks got on. Let's guess.
Probably I'm gonna say 13.
We got 19 4 stars, 1 5-star, and 9 3 stars. No, I'm serious. Look.
No, I hear you. I hear you, bro.
But how in the world Oregon did better than Miami this season? And if
Oregon has a
Miami,
better team.
see, if
Oregon has
Miami
better
would have,
structure.
and they got better conditioning than Miami don't. This something that Miami don't have is better conditioning.
Telling you, I can't even.
It's
Is
Miami,
Tyler Van Dyke still there?
he's still there,
He's probably gonna transfer soon.
and Jake Garcia he transferred to the University of Missouri, which was a
Oh yeah,
smart
yeah.
move.
Jake Garcia transfer.
He was a top recruit in class of 2018. He had USC. He had USC on the list before he even mentioned
Yeah.
Miami. Before he knew anything about Miami.
He has a big arm. He's gonna do good at Missouri.
I think he better recruiting class than Tate Martell. 'Cause that dude he couldn't even touch a football at Ohio State or at Miami.
I like St. Martell coming out though. He was good in high school.
Yeah, he was good in high school, but like when he got to college, that's when everything just like went down to earth, man. Because ever since Cristobal is at Miami, most of his conditioning staff from Oregon.
Mhm.
I hate to say it seemed like Oregon got better once Cristobal left to go down to Miami, bro. You hear me?
I heard you.
Because Dan Lanning, he actually trying to build a better culture than Cristobal had. Because couldn't think about it when Cristobal was hired as head coach 2018. When Wheeler Taggart took the job at Oregon, that was Wheeler Taggart's team. The past 2 years, the team that he recruited. So the only reason why he got so good is when he won the Red Box bowl game against Michigan State, and then he won the Rose Bowl. He won the Pac-12 championship 2019. Then won the Rose Bowl with Justin Herbert. Then 2020 came around. We had Anthony Brown. We beat USC in the patch up back to back. So in 2021, he tried to do the same thing. He tried to go for a three-peat. That didn't work out. Because he playing a Utah team. The Utah defense was tough. You think they were tough, Homer?
Yeah.
Because Utah, I mean, I seen Utah play against Oregon State, against USC. They got their defense guys are big, man. Because I think Coach Prime got to worry about Utah and USC and Oregon this season coming up. Because I still got him winning about 3 games though. What you think?
What for Miami?
No, Colorado.
Colorado. Yeah.
This ain't this. He gonna realize this is not the SWAC. This is the Pac-12. You playing against grown men in the Pac-12, man. He already got recruiting. He ranked 20. He down in the 20s area in recruiting. So why is he wearing a dress? That's crazy.
Well, let's talk about the NBA.
All right, let's talk about more.
Trade deadlines happen. Trade deadline happened. Huge trades happen.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get into these.
Yeah, this is interesting because the trade deadline it's been pretty. let me specify it. It's been pretty decent, you know.
Got that huge trade that sent Gary Payton back to the Warriors. James Wiseman is in Detroit now.
Yeah.
So they traded James Wiseman. I personally don't think they should have, but what do you think about it?
I think it's a good move for Gary Payton to come back to Golden State, the team that he won a championship with. And I think they can finally compete for a championship when Steph Curry come back from his injury during the after All Star break.
The one thing that I worry about with the Warriors is they don't have a true who's their big man.
That is true though. I ain't know the Lakers even got what's his Russell back.
A D'Lo, they
Yeah,
D-bag. Ice is in his veins. Did you did you see the game on Saturday?
I did. It was pretty entertaining though. About LeBron, it was very entertaining.
I think Lakers are good again.
They got to win. They got to win most of the games on February 1 and March. So they get in that playing tournament. That's the biggest worry right there. Can LeBron stay healthy so he can go in the playing tournament?
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't mind him taking a load off right now. I mean, he just became the greatest of all time. So
Yes, he did.
so hey, there's no debate anymore. He's the GOAT
Nah,
now.
see, this dude is like this dude is like
Anybody who says that LeBron is not the GOAT,
something wrong with you.
just just watch the game against the Thunder. Okay.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
Talking
But
to you, Jordan Stans. Just no, let me stop.
I'm like, dog, he calling everybody out tonight. No, what's going on? But it's been an interesting trade so far. Danny Green went back to Cleveland.
Another 3-and-D shooter for them to come off
He come off the bench.
I like the move. Hopefully, he can shoot because he hasn't played in he hasn't. Where was he before?
Philadelphia.
Oh yeah, he was in Philly. Yeah, can come off the bench, score some threes. Hey, Cleveland. This might be the piece that gets Cleveland in the conference finals. Never.
I love to see y'all go in the conference final, but get in the playoffs first, bro. Get to that point first.
We made it
Y'all didn't make it last year. Y'all should. Hey, you know what? Y'all should have been in the playoffs though. One for Miami, one for Georgia. Not Georgia. Dang. One for the Hawks. I'm about to say Georgia. Oh my gosh. Excuse me. Y'all should have been in the playoffs. One for the Hawks winning that beating y'all. Y'all would have been facing Miami in the first round, and y'all would have came down to Miami and faced us.
Man, I'll tell you what, man. Cleveland is good, man.
Y'all look like a team that can probably compete for the playoffs, though, I'm telling you, in the East, because the Knicks ain't doing nothing. Brooklyn, they did beat Chicago last Thursday. Speaking of Brooklyn, my dad was pissed that they got rid of Kevin Durant. He bought a Brooklyn Nets hat.
Well, we knew that was going to happen when Kyrie got traded.
They sent Kevin Durant to Phoenix. They sent the KD to Phoenix, man.
That Phoenix team is loaded.
They better go. They better make the playoffs.
No, it's finals or bust.
Yes.
If they don't make the finals,
'Cause I'm like this. I was like, yo, that's crazy though, bro.
They got they they got the best, one of the best players in the world right now in KD, along with along with Booker.
Chris Paul.
CP is there.
Seems like
TJ
Chris Paul.
Warren.
Yeah, seems like Chris Paul don't have to do much. They got to do a whole lot like he did the past 2 years. He been in Phoenix because when he played in the finals, he did too much. That's why he got tired in the fourth quarter. He couldn't even finish a whole game on the fourth. That's why he got tired.
Yeah. I don't know if they're gonna do it. I don't know if they could win the finals.
No,
I
just
just
like
feel
it's
like
just,
they got a team full of chokers on the team.
it's just like when they got Charles Barkley from Philadelphia go to Phoenix. It's the same thing.
They just got a whole lot of chokers, and
That's what I.
we know how good they are. But like CP chokes in the playoffs, if something's gonna happen to CP3, I don't know if it's gonna be an injury or he's just not gonna show up, but something's gonna happen.
He needs to stop creeping on Kim Kardashian, man. That's what he need to stop. That's what he need to stop doing. And I saw that. I was like, why you want to creeping on Kim Kardashian? What's wrong with you, man? Like something's really wrong with you. Like, come on now.
Zion is out for more games due to re-injuring his hamstring.
Zion can't even play a full season without getting hurt with a non-basketball having tail.
I just realized what you no, I mean, he's the reason
right?
why the Pelicans are slipping right now.
I mean, Zion can't finish a full season with a non-basketball having tail.
It's safe to say that Zion is their best player.
Best player what? On the bench? Sit in the street clothes?
On their team. Bro, what? Bro, I wish Josh was out here because he needs to tell us why they're struggling right now.
Josh, no, I'm right. Josh, you listening to this right now? Only thing Zion Williams with his non-having basketball having tail is good for sitting on the bench. He cannot finish a full season out. Okay, I'm finished.
You gotta have Zion fans on your team, man.
I don't care. I'm just stating they can hate me. I'm just stating my opinion. I've been seeing this for 2 years with Zion. Every time he get hot, he gets hurt. Every time he comes back from injury, he stay hurt.
I'll say this. Pelicans are still in it, especially if they get back Zion. I think they'll be back to. They got a good team right now.
Yeah, they got a good team though. The problem is Zion, man.
I mean, players need to step up as well. The only win that they got that I remember was against the Lakers.
That was only win they had was against the Lakers, like you said.
So, Milwaukee play tomorrow. Who I got winning? You know who I got winning?
Cleveland.
No, the Boston and Milwaukee.
I
would have to say Boston. Bless you. I have to say Boston. That matchup. I saw Boston play yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
They look pretty good.
They look pretty good.
I saw them play Memphis.
Okay.
And
I missed that game too. I was so caught up watching the Super Bowl pregame. Who won that game, by the way?
Boston won it.
Dang.
And once again, the Grizzlies lose.
Same
So
old same old same old Grizzly team, bro.
so for Ja Morant to say no one in the West scares him,
Hmm.
cap.
This is why people don't want to play for Cristobal. Check this out. Hold on, I'm gonna let you play from the beginning. This is why people don't want to play for Cristobal, man. Look, what you think on?
Hey, there's two types of coaches.
Yeah,
Coaches who's just gonna, sit back and let you just do what you want to do, or coaches are gonna grow you when you mess up.
he was a freshman. He
I
did. He
have
was
no
a freshman
problem.
when he did.
I have no
'Cause,
problems with it.
yeah, but I think New Orleans they gotta get Zion back 100%. Then they can probably make the playoff or playing tournament. I don't know, bro.
Well, the good thing about it is the All Star break is coming up,
Yes,
so teams can get healthy again.
all right.
Um, I don't know how this is all gonna shake out. It's exciting again.
You know,
I'm definitely excited for the second half of the NBA season. Um, I ca I I'm not a fan, but I want to see how the Lakers do, man. I just want LeBron to win. I want LeBron to win again. He should have won his fifth ring last season.
yeah, if LeBron would stay healthy, though, yeah, I know what you're saying, though, bro.
Like he should be chasing six right now.
Hmm.
And without, I love him, but without Russell Westbrook on the team, I think there's a shot.
All right.
I think
Where he end up going at? Russell Westbrook.
he ended up going to Utah, but they waived
Ooh,
him.
dang,
I
man.
think they're gonna waive him. So the Clippers are recruiting him right now
Mm,
because Paul George played with him and all that. And
yeah.
I just want the best for him, man. I don't want him to go to a team like I didn't want him playing Utah,
Or Chicago.
Chicago. I think they're actually trying to look at him as well.
I heard Chicago's in the mix. I heard Chicago is in the mix. Chicago is in the mix trying to get Russell Westbrook, but they got to give up something. I don't know, it's a draft pick or something.
They could just sign him if they want to.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. I forgot about that.
And at this point, Westbrook is just gonna, get a minimum contract deal. Pay him the minimum, pay him a
Yeah.
million, pay him
Hmm.
$1 million, and just let him ball.
I think yeah, that's that could make sense if I kind of think about it. Oh, you saw that one?
What are you watching?
Wrestling, the same thing you watching? He got big red boots on. I never seen wrestler wear big red boots like Santa Claus. Man. Those ones cost like thousands of dollars, bro. Don't tell me he's gonna beat him with the belt. Oh Lord. Interesting. Yeah, Chris Paul need to leave Kardashian alone, man. Yeah.
He needs to. Never mind. Let me stop.
No, go ahead and say it.
Man, it's time for him to win the championship, man.
And yeah, you're right. You're right about that, bro.
He's been doing this for 17 years, man.
Chris Paul, I'm like, dude, he should have been he should have been in the championship column already.
Right, if he has to, like, I wouldn't even mind him going to like Milwaukee to sit on the bench,
Yeah, easy money for him. He can win a championship just like that. That's like a gimme right there. Going to we just said Milwaukee.
I said Milwaukee.
That's a gimme right there for him. All he had to do was sit on the bench and just chill to get a championship.
You don't even got to give him minutes.
Oh, Notre Dame might get Utah offensive coordinator Andy Ludwig from Utah as offensive coordinator for Notre Dame. That's some talk. That's some talk. He got to make a decision about it tonight.
Everything's bad, man. Brian Kelly. Brian Kelly, man. You left.
Brian Kelly, LSU.
I know he left. Yeah, Freeman's there, right? Freeman.
Yeah, Coach Marcus Freeman. I think I was shocked LSU beat Alabama last year with Brian Kelly as the head coach. I'm still shocked about that.
Alabama did not have
they lost two
defense.
They lost two conference games against Tennessee and LSU.
They had no defense.
No, you're right. They ain't had no defense. You're right about that.
Will Anderson, who's about to be a top 5 pick, he didn't really show out this season.
Yeah, that's true.
He's projected to go number 1. Definitely top 5, but he didn't really do anything.
No, he didn't do much.
And shout out my team, Indianapolis Colts. Finally got a head coach and Shane Steichen, the offensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, okay.
So hopefully we can draft a quarterback now, make some good free agent signings.
I need
win the AFC.
Like everything on y'all team, bro.
We're gonna win the AFC next season.
That do kind of make sense, though.
It's my bold prediction. But Rondo, the Chiefs are in the AFC. The Bills.
I'm not even gonna talk about. Don't even bring up the Bills, man. The Bills. I don't respect the Bills. They get all these accolades on regular season. When they come postseason time, they fall off every time, bro.
I think we can beat anybody, man. Like Jonathan Taylor's still here, Darius Leonard's still here.
You guys got a full team. It's not like y'all fell off. It's not like y'all gonna fall off this season. Y'all just got to remain promise. Y'all got a head coach. Y'all got to get the chips going in the sauce, man. That's what y'all got to do.
Yeah, we need to get a quarterback. Matt Ryan.
Trash.
Needs to retire.
Trash.
He needs to retire.
Trash.
Oh, what were they thinking?
Why would y'all get him in the? My thing is this on. Why would y'all get him in the first place? I was like, how?
Matty Ice. Matty Ice.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm just excited about next season. Man. It's about damn time, man. It's about damn time, man. To be honest, I thought we were gonna get back. I thought we were gonna get Just Saturday back.
Ooh, that would have been ugly.
Oh my gosh! Like, are we seriously gonna hire Just Saturday to be the head coach?
Y'all be a fool. Y'all be fool. Y'all hired Jeff Saturday back.
And I mean that with full respect, because I like Just Saturday. But this season was a disaster.
Hmm.
And I know for Sean, we can sort of relate because Patriots have had a bad season too.
Tell me about it, bro. We was in
What are
a,
you
we
gonna do
was
with Matt
in,
Jones?
honestly, I'm trying to figure out how this Bill O'Brien offense gonna look. Cause
it
I ain't seen nothing until I see what's happening during the draft, during the offseason, during the free agency, see what's gonna happen. Cause I know Matt Jones, he happy to work with Bill O'Brien.
oh, what's the appeal with Bill O'Brien? What's the appeal?
He complained too much.
But like, what is his like calling card? Like, what makes him good enough to be in this role?
I think I don't. Honest with you, I know this is a different day. It's a different day and time. I just think that when let's say remember that 2011 team we had years ago,
2011. Yeah, I remember
it was
2011.
with Brady, Grunt, Julian Edelman, Wes Welker at this time.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, let's see who else. Yeah, that team when we lost to Buffalo in Buffalo, and, and the offense was like it wasn't that bad. It was just something was missing. And then we played Washington the week after next. We beat Washington. We win the AFC East the entire time until we end up beating the Broncos real bad, and then we face who we facing the AFC champ, the Ravens. That's the game that we should have lost. One for that, they were saying that there was a pass interference call. That was pass interference. So but when we got the Super Bowl against the Giants, his offense did not adapt against the Giants in that Super Bowl on. That's all I'm saying. He failed at
I
Houston
mean,
Texans though. He failed Houston Texans. Oh, that's all I'm saying.
how you gonna trade DeAndre Hopkins?
That's that's what I said. You gonna
He's
trade
the best
down?
player on the team.
You gonna trade him to freaking the Arizona Cardinals just for a draft pick?
And
What Bill O'Brien? Bill O'Brien? What were you thinking, man?
they still haven't recovered.
No, they haven't.
You can't even name their number one right because they don't
Only
really
guy he
have
got,
one.
only guy that using the wide receiver, Brevin Jordan, and he a tight end.
Exactly, they don't have a number one. Well, I guess if you want to call John Mechie, but he didn't even play last season.
It is true though, but yeah.
So RP Texans.
Texans, man. Every time they be on TV, it's like watching a funeral when they play. They already know they're gonna get beat.
Oh
It's like
man.
it's like watching a funeral when they play. No, I'm serious though. It's like watching a funeral when they play.
It is
Like, come on
bad
now.
watching the Texans play. But I will say this.
Mm.
Lovie Smith actually was pretty good coaching this team.
I ain't like how they fired him though.
Pretty good. He was actually pretty good. I didn't like how they fired him either.
I ain't like how they fired him though. That was terrible, bro.
You know, not as good as we thought he was going to be coming out of Stanford. They're going to be looking for a quarterback as well.
I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna see you guys in a second.
Okay. Yeah, and then they got another head coach from the he was defensive coordinator for the 49ers. He's a head coach for the
Yeah, D'Amico Ryan.
That's gonna be interesting.
That's a great hire.
Yeah, it is.
I want the Colts to hire him initially.
And
But
Brian
that's-
Flores. I heard Brian Flores is defensive. Ain't he defensive coordinator for some new team he got?
Let me look him up quick. Yeah, he did get a Brian Flores. Yeah, for Minnesota.
Okay.
That should actually help their defense. That should actually really be great for their defense.
Yeah.
Because their defense is awful.
They couldn't do nothing in the playoffs against the Giants, though, bro. How you let Saquon run all over you? That was funny though. That was kind of funny though.
I was thinking Peterson might have retired. The amount of times that he was getting burned.
So I was like, dang. What? Oh shoot, my bad. But I'm thinking like this on now the Cowboys firing Kellen Moore. He going to the Chargers. I'm okay with that because that's what the Chargers need. They need a young offensive coordinator like Kellen Moore to help Justin Herbert out.
Justin Herbert is going to be. Well, does he qualify as comeback player of the year? Because he's going to have a great comeback. I think he's going to really be good under Kellen Moore.
Oh yeah. He's still in his 20s. Not like he breaking off no time soon, you know. Which he should have beat Jacksonville already, but I don't know how they let him come back. I'm like, come on, bro.
If they don't win this season, meaning if they don't playoff game, if they don't win a playoff game, I think Brandon Staley is fired.
Brandon Staley, that dude, his offense he ran in the postseason, terrible.
How do you,
he worse than Jason Garrett. He worse than Jason Garrett. You heard what I said?
I heard you, but that it didn't register because I think he's a little bit better than Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett was just a yes man to Jerry Jones.
Oh yeah, ever since Jerry Jones and the Cowboys was in Texas Stadium. But yeah, I know what you're saying. though. Yeah, you're right about that, bro.
But yeah, if Brandon Staley loses next season, he's done. Like, how do you lose to Jacksonville when you have a 24-0 lead?
That's embarrassing.
Jacksonville.
Right there,
it's Jacksonville.
I know.
And granted, they just got good, but still, it's Jacksonville.
It's the Jaguars.
I'm saying we always lose to Jacksonville, but we know Jacksonville sucks. So So how,
Yeah, it's like a big bull jump mess down there, man. Like for real. Cause I think like with what you were saying though, on like it's sort of like it's like it's like playing what's that role? It's like playing a pattern, like with that stuff, if you know what I'm talking about.
I'm so
It's
surprised
terrible, like
that
for real. Hmm.
I'm so surprised that Eric didn't get hired.
Say what?
I'm so surprised that Eric Bieniemy, the offensive
Yeah,
coordinator for the Chiefs, I'm surprised he didn't get hired
yeah.
for head job. I don't know. He's good at being an offensive coordinator. I feel like you
Hmm.
should give him.
I mean,
And if
hey,
you
it's
get,
true though.
I mean, they can play. They can do what they did with They can just hire him back if he just fails. But
Even the now the LA Rams, they got to. I don't know what's going on with. I don't know what's going on with the LA Rams, like for real.
well, they got injured. They had a lot. They had a whole bunch of injuries on their team. I think they'll be back next season.
The question is Baker Mayfield gonna be back as a Ram or not?
Stafford's still there. Like, come on, Stafford's still there, right?
Yeah, he's still there. Hopefully Cooper Cup stay healthy.
I think they'll be fine.
And I'm like this. I'm like, bro, that's crazy though. But I still got and OBJ hasn't been picked up yet. Ain't no telling when he gonna get back into football yet.
Thought he was. Thought he was healthy.
He still got an ACL injury, man.
I tell you, man. Like, for my Madden franchise, right?
Hmm.
So I used the Bears. So
Right.
in free agency, I picked up Odell because
Okay.
nobody was looking at him.
Hmm.
Odell's a beast, bro.
He
And
still beats the Madden.
I know it's a video game, but it's Odell freaking Beckham.
I still playing Madden 22 though. I still playing Madden 22 with Odell Beckham with the Rams though.
I can't play Madden 22 on the PS4. I can barely play Madden 23 on the PS5 now.
Boy,
So
John Madden was living. Boy, he would been upset right now. This is not simulation football.
hey, sure, sure, it sure is not.
He would been upset right now. He said this is not the game I created some years ago.
He would have slapped him right now. He would
He
have.
will slap EA. The what was it? He will slap EA president right now, man.
But hey, if you do like simulation football, Maximum Football 2023 is coming out in the spring.
Is that is
Definitely
that
playing
is that a
that.
college game?
It's a college and a pro game.
That should be interesting. That should be terrifying, but interesting
It's
though.
coming out on all platforms. So for Sean, you can even play
Oh yeah, I can play it. That's right. I can play it.
it.
I'm waiting for the NCAA football 25 to come out.
2025. It does come out in 2024.
Yeah, but it'd be 2025 though.
But 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 what did that? Wouldn't the if it was coming out in 2024? Wouldn't it be 2023?
It'd be 2025.
Are you? I gotta think about this for a second. So, Madden 25 came out in 2014, right? No, Madden
Mm-hmm.
25 came out in 2013. No,
It was 2013, our freshman
no,
year, because they had.
Madden 12 came out. Madden 12 came out in 2011.
Yeah.
So that would mean
Then Madden 13 came out 2012. And then Madden 25 came out 2013. That's when they made the 25th anniversary of Madden, celebrating Madden 25 years.
NCAA 25 is gonna be released in 2024.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Madden 2024 is supposed to be releasing this year.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
So are we getting the game this year or not?
You telling me NCAA football?
Yeah.
That's next year.
So what's the game going to be called?
They're gonna put it on. Well, see what happened. What happened? It would have came out this year, but they had to put the game on the delay. I think they had to get more features and more teams. I think. 'Cause you know the NIL put I think NIL probably got something to do with it too. On. Cause I'm like, the athletes trying to get paid though, so especially use their brand, their name, their names on the game. I think they got some. I think they had to put a hold on that.
And EA's making the game.
Yeah,
it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be terrible.
We'll probably have Chris Fowler and Kurt Hershey calling these games on NCAA football, man.
Lord, please don't make NCAA bad. Imagine
they better not put them. I'd be pissed if they put that Madden engine in the NCAA football. Which they got no business putting no Madden engine on NCAA football. One thing that they screw up on was NCAA football 14, and when they put the Madden engine on NCAA football 14. That's really why I didn't get that game, because they put the Madden engine up there. I'm like, this is not pro football in college. Like, come on now.
I think his name is Clint Oldenburg or whatever, who was like the spokesperson. Yeah, please don't put that in.
Because when I found out 2013 the summer they're gonna put the Madden engine in NCAA football 14, I said I ain't getting that game.
Oh, I'm not getting the game either.
I'm not getting the game, because if they do that and put the Madden engine in NCAA football 2025, I'm not getting the game.
I have to dig up my PS2 from the grave.
I'm about to play NCAA football 13 on the Xbox 360.
Yeah, I'm about to dig my PS2 up from the grave and just play, just play Madden that way.
I'm about to play. Say what?
Me and the old Madden games are fun.
I know Madden 13, Madden 15.
The practice drills.
Yes.
The superstar mode.
Yes, bro. I feel I want to get my Xbox back here and put it in my room too, my PS4. I don't know. I want to do that though. You know what I mean?
It's 10:35.
Oh yeah, normally after 11 o'clock. All right, so for the viewers watching our show, international people, stay on the air. You got more wrestling content coming on the US. Who are watching the USA, turn over. Who are watching the US, turn over to the USA Network and catch more WrestleMania Monday Night SmackDown,
Monday
like
Night Raw.
Monday Night Raw, and international people stay on the air. You got more wrestling content live lookings coming up, but for the audience on the East Coast and West Coast, except on the West Coast, turn to your late local news or continue watching wrestling or whatever program you watch on the West Coast. But other than that, like, subscribe, follow our socials. Shout out to my boy Ivy for joining the show. I appreciate him. Josh, hopefully you come back soon, man. I know you're working hard in school. We're proud of you, bro. Other than that, we'll see you next Monday at 9 o'clock on StreamYard, brought to you by YouTube. Shout out to the Ducks. Shout out to the U. Shout out to the Patriots. So they got 6 rings. Shout out to yeah. I want to shout out everybody, bro. So go ahead. You want to say something, bro?
Just like to thank the Colts for hiring Shane Steichen. Finally, it's been a long coaching search, so I'm glad that happened. Other than that, don't really have anything else to say.
All right. We'll see y'all next Monday at 9 o'clock on the StreamYard. But hold on for a second. You gotta do our normal thing, you know. 1, 2, 1.5, 1.25. Boom! Boom! All right. Love y'all, man.